Okay, folks, listen carefully. If you did not watch the video before this one on my channel, go and watch that one first. Okay, this way you will grasp the magnitude of what I'm about to show. Anyway, in the past, I have shown this particular clip right here, but because my channels were taken down recently by YouTube, I had to redo these videos because I did not save any of them. Anyway, this was an important clip that I showed. It's about a guy who's being interrogated by a government agent, and they're mistaking him for a terrorist.
Come on. Is that the best you got? Now, come on. I'm listening. Just tell me. Tell me about this imminent attack. What you talking about? What am I telling you? No, you don't know?
I don't know. I don't know.
June 11th, Rashid. You spoke of an imminent attack. Huh? Now, you still haven't explained to me why we found on the search engine of your computer the words Target Washington 49 times. Now, you still haven't explained to me why we found on the search engine of your computer the words Target Washington 49 times. You don't know?
I don't know. I don't know.
June 11th, Rashid.
I don't know. I don't know.
June 11th, Rashid. You spoke of an imminent attack.
So the channel name is Key and Peele, and look, it's got 3.3 million views, and look at that. Oh, I thought it said 3.3. Yeah, 3.3 million views, and that's the title of the video. And you wouldn't know it by my editing of the video. It's a comedy skit. And look at this. Look how long the video is. 311. 3 times 11 is 33 also. Anyway, the reason I was showing you that is because they said Target Washington, even though they're talking about Washington, D.C., and then they said June 11th, okay? So you had two coincidences there, because, I'm telling you that June 11th is the target date for Seattle, Washington. And look, notice it's got the key in there. And if you saw my video from yesterday, that's why I told you to go watch that one first. Look at his name. Peele. Like I said, I'm not going to get into all the intricate details of it. If you didn't see my video from yesterday, go and watch that one first. So his last name is Peele, P-E-E-L-E. And if you separate it, it's P-E-E and then the E-L. E-L means God in Hebrew. That's why you're always supposed to separate it. That way you'll get something out of it. Okay, because E-L is a very important piece of the puzzle. And so it's L-P, right? P-E-E. P-E-E equals the word God. Exact same numbers. Every number is the same. So it's L-God, L-P, or God. And like I said, if you saw my Peloton video yesterday, then you'd understand why this is significant. And this is the guy's name, one of them, Jordan Peele. And there's the Jordan River in the Middle East, over there by Israel. And he's born one day before Washington's birthday. Washington's birthday celebrated on 2/22. And interestingly enough, he was 42 years old when they put out that video on that channel. Because 42 is the state of Washington's number. Washington's the 42nd state, and Elvis died at the age of 42. And like I said, he's one day before Washington's birthday, 2/22. And his birthday is 2/21, and he put that video out on that channel, in this year, 6 months ago. And the other guy, he's born on March 22nd, the 322, the Skull and Bones number. And that's his name, Keegan Michael Key. And interestingly enough, if you just put the key the last names that they use for the show, Key Peele. Just the last name, not the Key and Peele, but Key Peele. Look, it equals 84. 84 is the day Trump gets his head wound. And 84 is the 216th day of the year. But, you know, the Seattle, Washington event with Elvis is on June 11th. And that Jordan Peele dude, his full name is Jordan Hayworth. That's how they spell it. Hayworth Peele. It equals 666. Interesting. And yes, that's how they spell it. There's the full spelling, just like I wrote it. This guy didn't have anything interesting in the numbers. I'm talking about in his name. But he did get married in June to a woman who's almost got the same letters as the word Elvis. That's the only thing I could find on this. So for the older people in the chat, you'll know who this band is. The band is called Electric Light Orchestra, and they call themselves ELO. Okay, the initials. And that's my sister's name, ELO. And I told you EL means God, and the O is the crown. Okay, just like Elohim. ELO, him. Okay, it's they want to crown somebody, Elohim. And that crown goes to Elvis, I told you, and Trump is his devil twin. And notice, this is their logo. Notice it looks like the top of the Space Needle. Okay? See, here's the Space Needle. You know what I mean? If I painted it just like that ELO, it would look just like it. And while they were in concert, see, these are the people right here. They would have this structure right here. And they have this song called Don't Bring Me Down. They would say that through the whole song. Don't bring me down. Whatever the hell. You know what I mean? It was the worst song ever. But, you know, they're talking about the Space Needle coming down. Oh, you know, look, folks, it could be a coincidence, you know, all of this, but yeah, whatever. It just looks like the Space Needle. That's all I'm saying. Look at it. If you look at this, it looks like a needle. Look at that. Look at this monstrosity with all the people in the audience, and you have this structure. Like I said, it looks like the Space Needle. I'm just saying, what are the chances out of all the things they could have named their band with the logo? It's got to be ELO. Because I told you they're going to birth the O out of Seattle. The L, the Elvis, the O. Elvis is the king who needs his crown. The O is a crown. The Space Needle is his crown. And I told you that Elvis comes back in June, on June 11th, you know, between June 11th and June 14th, because June 14th is Trump's birthday. And I'm telling you that Trump is going to come back after he gets his head wound on August 4th, 4 days later on 8/8. And the Lionsgate portal is on 8/8, okay? And why am I showing you this? Okay, but first of all, the Elvis, he's not going to physically return. It's just going to be his image or his name or his number of his name, something to do with Elvis. Okay, but Trump is actually going to come back. Like, he's going to get his head wound, his deadly head wound, and he's not going to die. He's going to come back. And that's why the 8/8 is so important. Trump equals 88, the name Trump. And Lionsgate portal opens on 8/8, according to these stupid astrologers, you know. And why is this important? Why am I showing you this? Because the month of August is the sign of a lion, and that's where you get the, you know, the Leo, the lion thing. But what it is it's the word Leo. It's got the ELO. Do you understand? It's the ELO, like I always tell you. And that's why Obama is used in this monstrous charade, okay? I told you Elvis and Trump are the devil twins, and Barack is the, is the third wheel. He's the capstone in this. And he's born on August 4th, in the ELO, the Leo sign. And I was the first one to show the world that Barack Hussein Obama equaled 666. Nobody had ever did gematria like this, where they count the totals. Okay, I created this calculator. And I showed them that these numbers right here equals the same as the words, the serpent seed. But anyway, the 666 is what's important, because nobody could put 666 on Barack. I was the first one to do that years ago when I created this calculator. And interestingly enough, if you put 666 into my calculator, look what you get is the first number right here, the 370, which is the ELO. Because 3 looks like an E, the 7 looks like an L, and the O is an O. You get what I'm saying? If you were to turn these numbers around. And nobody would have ever known this if I didn't do the totals like this. Okay? I told you I created this. Anyway, so it's ELO 314. Look at that. It's the ELO. I mean, I could show you a better way to do it. It would be the word him, HIM right here, if the 4 was, done differently. I showed this years ago. See, I tried to write it down. That way you could see it. If you take those numbers I just showed you, 370, 314, and turn them around, it would be ELO. The H is the 4. The I is the 1. And the 3, if you laid it flat, it would be him, Elohim. You understand? Of course, this is stretching it. Basically, I just wanted you to see the 370 is ELO. This is all I want you to see, was that 666 has the ELO plus the pi number 314. So now I'm going to show you why I'm showing you the 370 is the ELO. So you're about to see why I'm showing you this. So remember, 370 equals ELO. Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4, Obama's birthday. Okay? Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday, 8/4. On 8/8, he comes out of his coma or whatever the heck's going to happen to him. And he's rising from the dead. Okay? He's like the Lazarus. And then he becomes the ELO. And I'm going to show you how he becomes the ELO. Remember these 2 dates. And yes, I know that there's a year difference here, 2021 and 2022. That's not the point. The point is that these 4 days, the dates number August 4th and August 8th. Forget about the year right now. You can get 370 days in between. That's your ELO number. So any date, you take 4 days less, it'll be your 370 number after 1 year. From August 4th to 4 days after August 4th the next year is the 370 number. The ELO. And if you think that's just a coincidence, watch this. So Trump is born on June 14th. And to get to the ELO, it would go to 618. And what's important about 618? First of all, 618 is the 816 backwards. 816 is the day Elvis died, 816. But that's not why I'm showing this. So look at 618. You know who was born on 618? Look at that. Barack Obama's father is born on that day. You see? The other date was the 8/8 to the 8/4 8-4 to 8-8, I mean. And 8-4 was Barack's birthday. And this was from Trump's birthday, 6-14 to 6-18 was the 370, the ELO number. And it connects to Barack Obama's father. So, you know, the Space Needle construction started on April 17th, 1961. And to get to the ELO number, it would have to go to 421 next year. So remember, this is the construction started April 17, 1961. So in order to get to the ELO number, it would have to be April 21st, 1962. And when did the Space Needle open? April 21st, 1962. You see that? It has the ELO number because it opened on 4/17. 4 days later, 1 year and 4 days, it's April 21st. There's your ELO number. And just in case you didn't understand, there it is. The construction started 4/17/61. It opened 4/21/62, the Space Needle. 370, the ELO. Okay, when does coincidence no longer become coincidence when I show you things like this? And interestingly enough, 370 days can come out to 8880 hours, 8,880 hours, 370 days. And remember, I told you that Trump's birthday, to get to the ELO, it would land on June 18th, and that was June 18th was Barack Obama Sr., his father. That was his birthday, right? I told you that. Now watch this number right here, 618. And remember this month calculator that I showed you? This month chart where I created, where if you count the month, January is the first month and all the way to December, which is the 12th month. But instead of starting from 1 again, I go to 13 instead. And then go. And now go to June. Now look what happens. June, remember, Trump's birthday is June 14th, 6/14. And look what the first two numbers of June is, 6 and 18. It's the 6th month, then it's the 18th month. 6/18 is, and I told you that Trump's born on 6/14. And that was his ELO number, 6/14 to 6/18. And now watch me connect ELVIS to this June numbers right here and to the 6/11. Watch this. So remember, ELVIS is born in January. Okay, January 8th. So that's the first month. Anyway, but look. So June's first month is 6/18. So remember, from Elvis's birthday to 6/18, which was the first two numbers in the month of June, 6 and 18, it's 162 days in between January 8th and the June 18th. 162 days. Remember that. And you see, June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. You see that? And now I'm going to show you what happened today in America is predictive programming for what is going to happen in June, on June 11th, okay? I'm not saying that there's going to be a tornado in Seattle in June, but this is predictive programming for disaster is coming. Okay, so check this out. Deadly tornado slammed through 6 states. 6. And what day did it happen? On the 11th. 6/11. And it's 3 days before Washington's death anniversary, which is December 14th. So it happened in the month of December, which is Washington's death month, 3 days before. And I told you Trump's birthday is on the 14th. And I told you that my prediction is between June 11th and June 14th. This catastrophe is going to happen. Most likely on June 11th. And the 14th is going to, this coming 14th in December is going to be 222 years since the death of George Washington. And next year is 222. Do you understand? 6/11, December, the month Washington died. And on the 14th, in 2 days, in a few days, the 14th is coming. That's going to be 222-year anniversary of Washington's death. This was predictive programming, okay? These are man-made events here. I think, like I said, I'm not 100% about the man-made thing, but whatever this is supernatural. And this Seattle event is going to be 100 times worse than what you saw today as far as the death toll. Anyway, like I said, folks, get out of Seattle between the dates of June 11th and June 14th. And then my other prediction is Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, Obama's birthday, most likely in Ohio. Anyway, folks, end of video.